Yeah, I mean, for us to get a 40-point win, guys on the sideline having a good time as the clock wind down, it's a good feeling, regardless of how the season goes. So it's good to get a big win like that, and hopefully that builds momentum. I know we've been saying that all season, but I hope it's still there. We got 13 games left, so each game is important. So try to build off and get better from the last one.
Looking at Cody's defense and Ryan's, and also the way he can switch, how big is that infusion of those three as far as on the defensive side?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's the most effective way for us to guard is to be able to switch and guard one-on-one and force guys to play in a one-on-one situation against us. That's not always comfortable for a lot of players in the league, so as much as we can try to get to that brand of defense is always good for us. But be versatile as well, have different attacks on the defensive side of the ball to make good defensive teams. And so you're seeing something that we may can add going forward with those three.
Is it hard, Kevin, to say you've been saying that all season? Is it hard to keep that hope when the results haven't been consistent?
No, it's not hard at all. We love the game, we love to play, we love coming in here and figuring it out. So until we can't no more, we're going to do that.
Luke was talking about the different dynamic that Oso brings as kind of a screener and a roller with the pace that he plays with. What have you noticed when he's setting screens for you on the ball?
Yeah, I feel like when we keep it simple, I think when Oso's in the game a lot, we just tell him to do one or two things, and he does it really well. Sprints up to screens, finishes well, great passer, but if we simplify what we're doing as far as, all right, we get a stop, run straight into a screen. If you get it up top, dribble hand off to somebody and then make a play, So we got guys that draw a lot of attention on defense, so usually when, Oso's in the game, we're keeping things that, that's simple for everybody. Him and Ryan, myself, Book, and the game flows a little easier that way.
You talked about the switchable defense. How do you think Cody's been able to come in and have an impact in that way?
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy that's been guarding 2 or 3 positions since he got into the league. And, that's his thing, is to be able to be versatile on the defensive side of the ball. And so I'm grateful that he's able to get out there and get over the injury and play again. And, offensively, too, somebody that can handle the ball a little bit, initiate, get to the rim, make driving plays. And, I think he's getting his legs up under him, too. So, his jump shot in his offensive game will get there. But we told him last game, it's like, you're playing so hard on defense, and sometimes you might be a little tired on the other end on offense. So, but he has high energy, and we're looking forward to having him in the lineup.
Both Oso and Ryan have talked about their job to stay ready, also bring the energy in the gym every day and help you guys. What have you seen from that, and maybe feeding off them a little bit too?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's everybody's job, to come in and get your work in and help one another. And minutes for them have been, sporadic. You never know when they're going to jump in the game. But I think here lately, you get some confidence and you get some reps. You go out there and play your game, play freely. So you see that with them. And that comes from just the hard work that they put in behind the scenes. They're true pros, man. They're only going to get better too.
You mentioned before about keeping it simple. Is it simple to be simple on offense after a stop where you can get in transition and do it, or is it more challenging to be simple after you've given up?
Yeah, I think, yeah, I mean, it's definitely a game that is easier when you get stops, for one. But you can play random and simple if they make a shot too, you know what I'm saying? So, and you've seen most of the time when we get back into the game from being down early or we stretch the lead, it's because we're doing things fast and precise and we're not playing deep into the clock. And when we play deep into the clock, then that's when we got to resort to shooting tough shots and maybe getting a turnover, maybe playing in the crowd. It's easier for the defense to lock in with 3 or 4 seconds left on the clock. They can run and double, get their hands on some basketball. So if we're playing in early clock, they don't feel as confident in making those risky plays as far as trying to get a steal or running a trap and leaving somebody wide open, So we got to fight, try and play to the end of the clock, but, trying to get things early but make it efficient as well. So quick actions is always good for us.
Coach was saying how, you stress, okay, this needs to be better, we have to do this better, or we need to do this a different way. How did you grow into that element of your game where you're verbally constantly saying, hey, look, we got to do this way, or we have to do this different?
I don't do that. I don't say, coach, we got to do this. Okay. This is his team. You know what I'm saying? I'm there to be of assistance. If you need me to do anything, if I got some suggestions on what may happen, I'm coming to him and asking him. I'm not telling him what to do. I'm asking him, yo, coach, what you think? We should do this right here. If you don't think so, all right, then I move on. You know what I'm saying? So it's a subtle. I know in your word, and it's a subtle. It's a word that may be off a little bit when you're asking me that question. But I've never been that telling somebody what to do. But yeah, I've been in the league for a long time, and if I see something, coaches give me the leeway to just come to him if I see something out there that may be different. I think everyone on the team has that, type of confidence to go to coach with that stuff. But I'm not telling him what he needs to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening and giving suggestions, and if it helps, it helps. If he doesn't take it, then move on to the next thing.
How much are you scoreboard watch specifically with Dallas?
Say it again?
How much are you scoreboard watching this time of year specifically with Dallas?
I'm scoreboard watching every game from the start to end of the season. I'm always watching the scores. I'm not necessarily worried about the standings, you know what I'm saying? We just got to focus on us as much as possible. And that stuff like that you can't control what Dallas doing. And obviously you want to pass them up, but I don't want to focus my mind on what they're doing. I want to focus on us as much as possible.
What about Texas?
I'll focus on that, bro. I'll focus on that.
Thanks, man. Don't worry about it. Not going nowhere. Curious with you as far as coaches talking about having a defensive IQ. You have that. Where do you feel like that element came from you as far as being able to switch or where to be on that end of the floor?
I think at Marquette we switched everything, and when you switch, you got to play on the perimeter and know the rotations, and it's a different mindset when you're playing a guard position on defense. So being able to know all those different positions and rotations and where the ball is going next is important.
Then offensively, they've been talking about you with that pass cross on the weak side. Neil was mentioning it in preseason. Like, rare for a guy to have that mentality to be able to make that kick out. So is it for you an automatic, like, okay, I know that's supposed to be there, so I'm going to throw it? Or what's your mind once you catch it in the pocket and what to do?
Now, it starts before the ball screen. If I sprint into the ball screen and to create that separation, I know the big's going to be behind. And then if he's behind, he's going to be late in his coverage. It's going to be 2 on the ball. So once it's 2 on the ball, then it's 4 on 3 after that when I get the ball. And then once I catch it, it's a simple read. If no one's in front of me, go dunk the ball. And then if they rotate, then I read the backside, see who they're rotating to. And then it's usually going to be the weak side corner of the wing. And then I usually just no-look it, give them an extra second, and then that's it.
If it's so simple, how come everybody doesn't do it?
I don't know.
I'm just asking, because if it's as simple as you just explained it, then why don't I see more of that?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a team effort, like guys being in the right spacing. The point guard getting a good pass to you in the pocket so that you have time to read the defense, and then knowing what kind of coverage the defense is in. So different elements go into it, I think.
You've always seemed kind of like mild-mannered and quiet, but when you do get one of those dunks, is that like you're loud, you get to bring energy? Is that a departure from your normal demeanor, or how would you describe it when you have an open dunk?
Well, we used to call dunks at Marquette an EGB, an energy-generating behavior. So when you dunk or you get an assist or something good, it gives energy to your teammates, and energy matters. And I feel like it adds up throughout the game, and I don't know how many points it's worth on the court, but it adds up.
Do you have to channel a pro wrestler or something when you're trying to bring the energy? What's the mindset?
Nah, I'm just trying to go out there and play hard, and then if I get one of those type of plays, try to build on it to use it to add to my teammates and help them. We got guys that play a lot of minutes out there, so anytime that I can do something to give them a little jolt of energy to make it to the next media or whatever the case may be, I try to do that.
So EGB, did the coaching staff monitor that? Did they track that?
Yeah, we counted them in practice. We counted daps, claps, anything you did in practice. We did communication ratings, leadership rankings, everything. We tracked everything at Marquette. So just the attention to details, it kind of gets ingrained in you. And then when you know that stuff's being monitored, you kind of build that into your habits. And then when you have good habits, it carries over.
Where did you rank as far as all that stuff goes?
I had my days where I wasn't where I needed to be, but most of the time I was at a high level. I feel like that's one of my biggest strengths is being consistent and my approach every day and how I go about things.
Is it hard to bring that type of energy to the grind of an NBA season?
This is my first year, so you know what I'm saying? So not really. And especially right now when that's all my role is to bring energy. It doesn't matter how I feel or if I'm tired or that's what I have to do. So.
You get text from Shaka at all?
Yeah, I text him every day. Yeah.
He's kind of busy, this time of year, right? He's watching.
Man, he makes time for his people, and he's not really on social media like that. His life is real. Like the people he cares about is who he surrounds himself every day. So I just talked to him on the phone a couple days ago. Talked about the tournament coming up, talking about me, and yeah, he takes care of me.
Luke was talking about the dynamic you bring as a roller, the way you sprint into screens. How much is playing at that pace kind of part of your mindset when those guys are getting blitzed when you're setting up screens?
Yeah, I think it's everything. KD and Book get blitzed all the time, and if you sprint into the screen and I'm faster than the big, that creates a little pocket. If I walk up there or jog up there and my man's right with me, they're gonna jump on him right away. So if I can buy him an extra second, then he gets an extra second to make his read, and it's just carry. It's like a trickle effect, and then I get an extra second to make my read afterwards. So selfishly, I do it for myself a little bit, but also just to take some of that pressure off of KD and Book especially.
I know a lot of guys talk about staying ready so you don't have to get ready, but when you go weeks without seeing rotation minutes and then you're kind of thrown back in, what goes into staying ready so you don't have to get ready?
I think keeping your approach the exact same as if you were playing. Like I had probably 20, 25 DMPs in a row, whatever, but my same game day routine, like I walk to the scores table, put my mouth guard in. I know I'm not gonna play, but just being ready, so doing the exact same thing. And then I think taking care of your body conditioning wise, getting your work in, extra conditioning after games if you didn't play to make sure you're in shape. I got thrown in and played like 17 minutes straight or something crazy in the Houston game. So you have to be ready for whatever, and that's what you're paid to do.
Did Shaka help you through that time where you were getting the DNPs?
Shaka helps me through all phases of my life. He's always there for me. But yeah, him and my other assistant coach, Coach Barry, just kept telling me like there's gonna be a stretch where they're gonna call on you and you have to be ready. And I was aware of that, and I got my opportunity. So.
You guys are one game out of a play-in spot right now. What's the mentality down the stretch for this team?
We just gotta play with desperation. I felt like we did a good job of that last game. And we've had stretches over the season where we play desperate, we fly around, and even more now than ever, we need to keep doing that.
How do you, continue that during this stretch and close this game?
I think just talking to each other about it, holding each other accountable. It's less talk, it's just doing it. Like this isn't high school or college, like everyone knows exactly what we need to do, and we just gotta go out there and do it.
Is there any trash talk or banter about whose college team win the tournament?
Oh yeah, we got a lot of Michigan State guys around here, and they keep talking about the second round matchup, but at Marquette we just take it one game at a time, man. You know what I'm saying? So they're already looking in the future. We're trying to take care of New Mexico first, and then we'll worry about what's to come after that.